Hello beautiful people. So after a long time I have finally finished Primal Fear, 100 days of Primal Fear. This is the first time I do the 100 days of Primal Fear, so it took me forever to finish it. I did not know what I am doing exactly, but I tried my best. I hope you like it. So let's go. I first started collecting fibers so I can make cloth armor. Then I don't think I like this area, so I decided to punch this third dino, which he wasn't very happy about it, so I can respawn in a different area and see the other places. Then right away after I spawned, I could hear explosions going on, but I couldn't make out what is it coming from, who's making these noises. And then it turned out there's a freaking tiny monkey doing all these crazy explosions. So I was out of there. It's definitely not a place I want to live in. So peace out, monkey. I found a body on my way, so I decided to harvest that because why not? Got a lot of stuff, even though I might die and lose them all, but I tried. Then out of nowhere, a Phiomia decided to charge at me, so I just booked it. I was running, I did some Baywatch run, and that didn't work. Still, one shot at me. So I spawned in a different location and started running, and bye-bye! Spawned again in a different location, and it turned out it's the desert, so... uh-oh. Finally, I found an area where I think is actually safe. There is nothing bad over here, except for that Dello trying to follow me. But other than that, it seemed very peaceful. This ledge here makes a perfect base location. And I can start actually collecting resources and building a base peacefully. So I did that. Alright, and my beautiful base is done. Now I'm just looking for a dodo or dillo so I can get some hide and make a bed. So I went around my base looking for something I can kill. So I found a dillo, but then his friend decided to join in. Out of nowhere he decided to be a bro and then join us, and it went downhill from there. So now on the way back, I found a lot of gacha crystals and then found the gacha. I collected the gacha crystals and decided to tame that gacha to have a first tame. And it's a useful one. Maybe it can give me some good stuff, except I don't have any owl palette, but at least I can get some resources from it. Ta-da-da! I did it! Now have our first tame. I'm so proud. Then I went back to base, started crafting upgrade stations so I can upgrade all my tools. started replacing my thatch base with wood and expanding it. I was almost done, so I decided I go out and see if I can tame something, and actually found 2 raptors, so I decided to bolo them and tame them. I decided to name them Bruno and Mars. I took Bruno and Mars out to level them up, but then this noxious terror bird came out of nowhere. So I whistled them to attack my target, and I did not expect it to knock them both out. Well, now Bruno and Mars knocked out, and the terror bird killed them. Rip, Bruno, Mars, rip. I ran back to base, but then I realized that noxious terror bird now is following me. So I tried to go to the water so it get distracted and just leaves me alone. But then I made a mistake and got out of the water.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
We don't know Nathan. We don't talk about Nathan here. Anyway, of course, I died. I spawned back, got my stuff, and then I found a Troodon and said, what the hell? Let me have 1 successful tame. Went back to base to add some stuff to it, built some more walls while waiting for the Troodon to tame. Went back the next day and he was already tame, so I brought it back to base. I started making crop plots and compost bin, so I can make kibble and finally tame Primal Fear creatures. And then I needed pooping machine. So I went out and tamed a Phiomia. Brought it back to base to start feeding it stimberries, and now I have all the poop that I ever need. I found this little guy flying around my base, so I tamed it and took it with me to base and left it there so it doesn't die. I then started making trank arrows so I can go out and see what I can find. First thing I found was a parasaur, so I tamed it and then got it back to base to collect more narco berries to make more narcotics. And finally I was able to make my first toxic kibble. I was ready to go out and find my first toxic creature to tame, preferably dodo or something small, but then I found these raptors stuck inside of each other. So I can't pass on that. I said I will do it the right way this time. I will tame them and then I will have their baby. So I can have an imprinted baby, an OP baby. Hello, baby. Then the baby grew up and I took the baby out to level it up. But then I found another raptor, a higher level male raptor, which is exactly what I needed. So of course I tamed that raptor, brought it back to base, and I made another baby. I called him Max Jr. So I took Max Jr. to level it up. But then I found my first toxic creature, which is toxic dodo. Perfect. Of course, I tamed the toxic dodo, but his friend had another bro moment and wanted to defend his friend, so I killed him. I put the dodo in a bowl and continued to level up Max Jr. I got so much resources from killing all these creatures, so I went back to base and put all the stuff and resources that I got in a box. Took back Max Jr. to level it up again more, so it becomes really OP. And I saw the perfect prey. This is the perfect thing to kill. It will give me a lot of XP. Tech Raptor. Primal Tech Raptor. I can do this. Max Jr. can do this. Nothing will ever happen to Max Jr. Cue the epic music. Let's do this.
Ah, shit.
I am sad. I am disappointed. I don't want to do anything but be at base and just look at this beautiful view and rethink my choices and decisions. RIP Max Jr. RIP. Anyway, here I go again. I have Max Jr. Jr., so I am just leveling it up again. While I was leveling up Max Jr. Jr., I stumbled upon this alpha Dimorphodon. So, I have decided to tame it. I tried to bolo it first, but it doesn't work with them. Then, of course, a snake came out of nowhere to ruin my fun. Anyways, I decided to ignore it and just try to trank this guy. But I forgot that once a stool port is gonna start to run, or fly away rather, and I do not want to chase it into the swamp. So I had an idea. I can go back to base and make an OP rifle. Enough with the struggling. I should start making my new OP rifle and then go for it. So I did exactly that. Now I am ready. I made a new armor. Nothing can stop me. I went back looking for him, then I found him, and I successfully tranked it. Finally, I have something decent. Alpha Dimorphodon. And it's a female, so I can get eggs and do the next tier Kibbles. This was perfect. It was easy. No problem. I brought it back to base, and now I have a new flyer I can go explore the map with. It'll be much easier, I hope. Took her for a fly to level her up and level up the stamina so I can fly around with her without needing to stop for stamina. The next day I decided to take her out and go exploring. But then, right around the corner of my base, I found this alpha Troodon, and it was a female as well. So I had to get it. Then went back to base, made Soul Terminal and put the alpha Troodon in it. Then I took my Parrot to get some narco berries so I can make more tranks. And this Primal Tech Raptor appeared out of nowhere and decided to chase us and killed us. What is my life? I managed to get my stuff back, then went back to base to build some dino gates. Cause if this Primal Raptor came to my base, I will lose everything and I'm gonna have to start all over again. After I was done with doing the gates, everything is okay now. I made some elemental kibbles, so I can finally go and explore with my Dimorphodon and see if I can actually get something elemental. Went to the snow biome, didn't really find anything elemental. I ended up going to the desert, and there I found exactly what I was looking for, my first elemental creature. I shot it, but of course I missed the shot, and that pissed off the Alpha Carno because he came out of nowhere to attack my Dimorphodon. Anyway, I killed it and went back to shooting the fire bird. And this time, I did not miss. Thank God. Finally, a success. I did it. I've tamed a fire Archaeopteryx. And it's a female. That is great, so I can get more eggs to make the new kibble for the next tier. Right after I tamed her, that rock elemental attacked us. And the both birds went for it. But that Archaeopteryx was a beast. She had no problem killing the rock elemental. I'm so proud of you. Decided to call it a day here and go back to base. The next day, I went back to the desert and I was looking for something strong. Some strong Primal Fear creature where I can destroy dinos with. It's about time to have something really good. And the desert is the perfect place for that. So I kept searching. Till I finally found something. But it didn't really go well. I thought about keeping looking around until I find something else, but I was so low on health. So is my Dimorphodon. We both were very low on health. So I decided to go back to base and call it a day. Again. On day 25, I went to get some resources that I needed. Then found this elder moss chop and tamed it. Since I have no dino left that collects berries. Went back to base with it to collect narco berries. Then this capro saw us and wanted blood. He knocked me off the moss chop and then they had spinning competition. I waited patiently for them, but didn't seem like either of them gonna win. So I went to ride the moss chop, but the capro wasn't happy about it and decided to kidnap me. I fought back, but he ended up killing me. I eventually got my stuff back, went to base, repaired my armor, and made some apex kibbles. Unfortunately, Chop Chop did not make it. And I was ready to go again to the desert and find an apex or elemental dino. Searched for a long time everywhere, but I didn't find anything. Waited for a while. Then I found this level 100 ice griffin. Not that great of a level, but better than nothing. Stole this fabled egg really quickly. Then, not long after, I found this ice Archaeopteryx. I tamed that as well, and now I took the griffin for a test. It was okay, but not that good. I still need something more than just okay. Then I stumbled upon this electric griffin and of course I tamed it. It wasn't anything great, it was okay level, but I haven't tried it before, so why the hell not? Then I accidentally hit this Primal Raptor and he ended up killing me. I went back to get my stuff and get my griffin back. Hopefully he doesn't kill my griffin. And my griffin was okay. I was whistling, follow all the way through and he was perfectly fine. I managed eventually to get my stuff back. and went back to leveling up my ice griffin. On my way back to base, I found this ramshackle wandering loot boss, and she had really low health. So I was able to actually kill it and then see what I can find, what I can get from it. So I killed it, but I didn't get anything from it, so I don't know. Maybe it died to the ice breath, so it was like bleeding or something. So I didn't really get anything from it. Oh well. Well, I got distracted, and instead of going to base, I found myself going back to the desert. But I found this apex raptor, and it was a female, so I need her eggs for Kibbles. After that, I actually went back to base, repaired my armor, and went back out and found this fire parrot. Look at this beauty. Of course, I had to tame it. I mean, look at this thing. How cool is this guy? Or girl? It's awesome. So freaking beautiful. Well, I took her back to base and decided to call her Ember. Made her saddle, then took her out for a test. And well, she's okay, but definitely a lover, not a fighter, and more just for looksies. Plus, it's a bit glitchy, and every time it zooms in when I try to do my fire attack. So, On the next day, I decided to move, because this base is too small and I need a bigger base to fit all the tames I have now and the future tames. And this area above my base was looking good and actually safe. So I collected the resources and started placing the gates and moving all my stuff up to here. Now that I have finished everything looking good, all I need to do is collect all the resources inside the boxes and bring them here. Alrighty then, after I finished everything and everything was done, I decided to go outside. Then I found this Primal Raptor around my base. So I decided to fight it. I think I'm ready. My electric Griffin is quite OP, so why not? It'll be my first Primal Raptor, or primal creature. Okay, so I started the fight, and this is gonna take quite a while, way more than I expected, so here's the full fight. Finally! Okay, now I just want to check and see what I got from killing it. And I got few things, but only one thing I was interested in. It was the raptor skin, so I had to go back to base and try it on Max Jr. Jr. It looks pretty cool. The next day I made fabled kibble from that apex raptor I tamed before, and went out and found this female fabled Archie, which is again for the next tier kibble. Saw this celestial Rex, and I was just looking at how cool it is. I can't wait to tame you, buddy. One day. Okay, bye! Then, as I was looking in the snow biome, saw this Gigantopithecus. It's nothing special, but thought I'd kill it and get some stuff from it. Didn't really get much from it. Damn you, monkey. I went back to base, I found this fabled Quetzal, and I knocked it out and wanted to tame it. But I had only 2 kibbles, and it takes a 3. I did not notice that. So I had to go back to base to make more kibbles, but then I found out I do not have enough eggs to make more kibbles. So I had to just let it go and wait till I have enough kibbles. I went back to desert to get more apex creatures, females, to get more eggs so I can make the fabled kibbles. Went back to base, put them in the terminal, and I just waiting for the eggs. After I got some eggs and I was able to make some fabled kibbles, I went and looked for creatures to get eggs from, and I found this trike, fabled trike, and it's a female as well. So I tamed that. And on the way back to base, I saw this monkey, demonic monkey. So I had to try and see if I can actually kill it. I went back to the monkey and started attacking it, and it seems to be okay with it, didn't mind at all, and it was pretty easy to kill actually. So what I'm trying to do here is collect as much resources as possible and tame the end tier creatures like the demonic creatures and start on breeding them so I can defeat the bosses. Because I'm running out of time. I'm almost at day 50 and I still don't have any decent actually end tier creatures like demonics and all sorts of. Now I'm just flying around, killing some dinos, and I noticed this melon Troodon, so I tamed it since I already have the kibbles. After that, I saw a female fabled Troodon. I need this for Kibbles. So I knocked it out. But then, these birds were coming for it. I tried to kill them, but I ended up killing the Troodon as well. Now I went to the desert looking for apex or fabled dinos to tame. But I changed my mind and wanted to kill this brood mother first. He tried to kill itself and jump off the cliff, and I'm just trying not to touch the water so it doesn't knock me off the mount, and then it'll be a disaster. Thankfully, my Griffin has a good AoE. It took a while, but I killed it. I went to the snow biome next, and ta-da! I found fabled Argentavis, a female fabled Argentavis. And it looked stuck. I knocked it out, and then when I wanted to tame it, I just landed and my Griffin decided to kill it. Now you might be wondering how I ended up in this situation. Let me explain. I wasn't recording the first death because it was very unexpected. I was flying around exploring the snow biome looking for fabled or apex dino to tame when this celestial Rex was practicing his AoE attacks. And with my luck, I flew right next to his attack without noticing. So it killed me instantly, but luckily it did not kill my Griffin. Well, now I got my Griffin, I just need to go get my stuff. But looking at things, my stuff are stuck in between the water and the mountain in a place where I can't actually reach and get. While trying to get my stuff, the Rex again killed me. Well, I went back to base and decided to make a personal grave since I can't get my stuff back. There's no possible way for me to get my stuff back. So I made the personal grave. I got my stuff back finally. I fixed my armor and I took another flyer to go get my other birds. I finally managed to get the birds back, whistle them back. They're following me, and on my way back to base, I took a look at this beautiful apex manticore and said, "Bye, buddy. Maybe one day I will tame you, but not today." I made it back to base and looked at my Griffin, and it was quite hurt, so I made some health potions and healed my Griffin and called it a day. On the next day, which is day 43, I went and tamed an apex Griffin, female as well. But obviously I don't need it for eggs because they are mammals. They don't poop eggs, they give birth. But I tamed it anyways because I want to. And then went ahead and tamed this fabled Morellatops, male and female, so they boost the egg production. So yay! I then went back to base and decided to try my apex Griffin out, and I tried it out and it was poop, so I just wanted to show you. On day 44 I went and found this Omega Sarco, which I need for Kibbles of course, and it was a female, so I knocked it out and wanted to tame it. But then this freaking duck came out of nowhere and started attacking me, and it's becoming within the ground. So I killed it and then went to give it Kibbles. Then I have noticed something and I was like, uh-oh, it's this crazy looking monkey. It's the Ramshackle Boss. So I flew away and I thought I have escaped it, and they just left me alone and lost aggro. But when I went back to give this Sarco Kibbles, this guy attacked me again. But boy was like a wizard, he was behind me. Luckily I didn't take much damage and I managed to kill it. And he does this weird thing where he makes all these dinos aggro you and attacks you, but that was no problem. I finally was able to tame it. Ta-da! So on my way back to base, I found these Indominus Rexes. So I thought I'd kill them and get an egg, but she didn't drop anything. So I went back to base. Hell yeah, finally I was able to make the demonic Kibbles, and now all I need is a male and a female of demonic creature. Well, high level creature, so I can breed them and make beasts. So on day on day 45, as you can see, I went to look for a demonic something, and this demonic Thorny dragon came out of nowhere and just attacked me and killed me, of course. Spawned back at base, as you can see. Rode my taxi to my Griffin so I can fly with it and grab my stuff back and my other Griffin. And he killed me again. Yay! Anyway, when I came back, it was nowhere to be found. I think my Griffin killed it. But I was able to get all my stuff back, finally, and go on with my day. Spent a lot of days dying, getting my Griffin back, searching again for a demonic to tame, then going to the swamp and taming male Omega Sarco, which is yay! We already have the female, so this is a male, which is great for eggs. Then going back to the desert. And yay, finally, I found the demonic Thorny dragon. It's a female, it's a high level female. All I need now is a male, so I can start breeding them and have plenty of babies to start defeating the bosses, the mini bosses, and work our way up to the final boss. If you enjoyed this so far, don't forget to stay tuned for part 2, where we're gonna prepare, defeat the bosses, and eventually the final boss, and see how it goes. Are we gonna be able to defeat the final boss, which is Beacon Revenge, or are we gonna lose everything? See you on the next one.